This subject is about God's eternal love, eternal conviction, and compassion for others, right? And how we plug that into using what's known as the quantum probability function of mapping potentials, which is mapping future potentials, right? And so I would say this to Ashia Dion with the Emerald Covenant materials. Can we use the quantum probability function to map the future on whether or not the Anunnaki, okay, are going to honor their Emerald Covenant agreements? Can we know that they're not? In other words, can we already know that they're not going to honor their agreements in the future by the fact that they decided to dishonor themselves by not honoring what they first agreed to? Can we know that at the time that they say they're going to honor it before they dishonor it, and know that they're going to dishonor it before we enter into that agreement and allow them to be part of that agreement? Tie that into free will, God's eternal love, and God has never left. Because it always comes back full circle of life, which is the breath of Aloha. That living breath is always there. It's always on. That love is never off. That would be the same as whether or not an eternal God, which is the eternal spirit of fire, will always love you, even when you go and dishonor yourself by dishonoring the law of one. God is still there as if you hadn't done anything wrong, because that's eternal love and compassion for how free will works and why free will is so vitally important to being a free spirit, particularly when it comes to the acceleration of learning. Learning what best serves us and making a commitment to our own energy, the formation of consciousness that represents who we are, the choices that we make as individuated units of God's mirror as a soul.